welcome you here tonight, and we're happy that you all came to our opening night of this show.
Okay, so a bit about the playwright. Aaron Loeb is his name. Some of you may have heard of him, most of you probably have not. Aaron Loeb is a video game executive and a playwright, and he also is the president of Gen Next video game company. So the play is set in San Jose, California and rural Illinois, and it was written in 2006, and it takes place between 1999 and 2001, and it was inspired by the Columbine shootings, the Columbine high school shootings. So yes, there's that.
So, thank you for being here, and in just a few moments, First Person Shooter by Aaron Lowe.
Why I like video games. I Billy Cahill, Mrs. Johnson's 4th period English. I like video games because if you mess up, you get do-overs. If you make a mistake, you can just load your last save game and try again. I think life should be like this. I like video games because if another player does something bad to you, like they call you a fag in a chat channel, or if you kill you in death matches, you can just shoot them in the head. And then, while they're waiting to respawn, you can call the fag back. That's fucking cool.
And motherfucking stops for the bumps mid. Ice Cube is outgunned. What's the fucking outgun? Will they do me like Malcolm?
Davis.
I bust styles, new styles, standing strong. While the other runs 100 miles, I never run, never will. Deal with the devil with my motherfucking steel.
Paging Kerry Davis. Can you hear me?
God damn. What the fuck?
I was just trying to get your attention.
Why not just tap me on my shoulder? Jesus,
I tried, but you were rapping too loudly.
You heard that?
Dude, everyone everywhere heard that.
Can I get any privacy in this shithole?
What part of sitting in the cubicle do you not get? You're capable of, like, seeing three-dimensional space, right? So there's a wall right here and it stops. See? Look, wall, no wall, wall, no wall.
I'm just trying to do it. I don't want... Can't everyone hear me, like, all the time?
Davis, buddy, there's no wall. Let's say that Luke is a sound
Hey, put that down!
No, I'm illustrating a point. Let's say that Luke's a sound wave in your cubicle, right? Angry, kill some cops, bitches, and hoes, right now.
Tell me don't!
See, nothing's stopping him, he's free. Bitch!
Oh, God, you're throwing shit at me! It was Tommy!
Fuck your ass up! That's what I said to your mom last night.
I told you not to talk my shit about my mom, fool! That ain't funny!
This?
Seriously, you fucker. I was here at 3 last night. I don't need this shit.
Look, I was illustrating a point.
He was being a raging cock.
I was being a raging cock, illustrating a point.
That you hit unsuspecting Asians. Good job.
I was pointing out about a floor-to-ceiling wall. There's nothing to isolate MC Kerry Davis and his rap songs from the outside world.
Damn, son! That was you busting rhymes? Give me here. Work. I need a private office. An office with a soundproof mode.
All right, quit fucking around, you jackholes. Presentation practice run in 15 minutes. Publishers on site in 1 hour. Oh, and take care of you. Try to keep the gangster rap to a minimum while they're here, okay? Dog,
You heard that in the conference room?
You sit in a fucking cubicle.
I can hate you all. Seriously, listen, give me my goddamn action figure back. I need to get back to work.
I believe the implication there
Is that he needs his loop doll
Yeah,
program. I got that implication too. You need your dolly to program?
It's not a doll.
Ooh, an evasive response. I think we're onto something. Oh my god, I think he's gonna cry.
Yeah, me too.
You're gonna cry. Are you gonna cry?
I will totally fire you both if you don't leave me
all
alone.
the restraint, guys, calm the Viagra down for a second, alright? We're just trying to have some fun.
Rachel gave me that one.
Hey, hang on. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go find it.
It's
I'm sorry.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Look, buddy, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to, you know.
It's okay.
No, it's just, buddy, I'm sorry. Like, I know
It's
Rachel.
fine. Hey, come look at what I've been working on.
Okay, yeah.
See that bad guy? Watch this. If I shoot him just like a fraction of an inch above the knee, his reaction is going to be totally different and completely physically accurate.
I mean, I never kneecapped a guy, but that looks pretty fucking realistic.
I mean, so remember how in Megaton we were limited to authored detonators?
Limited? Hey, that shit was cool. Freaking video game. I'll come back to you in hell. No, come back for you in hell.
Well, yeah, but it isn't real. Look, the problem with can animation is that we are offering the player limited and repetitive feedback. Shoot the guy anywhere in the leg and he reacts the same way. I've been working on this for at least past couple of weeks, and the objects now reacts to force vectors with absolute physical accuracy, which makes that animation so much more lifelike. And this is the part that rules. They are not even animations. It's all procedural. The game is physically able to model the effects on the body all in real time. So see that bad guy? If he gets knocked into the wall, you'll actually see his neck loll around, you know, and in a couple of months I can start simulating the breakage and skeleton to enhance it.
Yeah, you lost me there.
You shoot someone with a high-powered projectile like a ray of gunfire, right?
Yeah.
It's not that they only fall. The bones actually snap with the power of the bullet, and that affects how they fall. Like, look at the guy I was just showing you. See how he's knocked backwards? That's because our simulation is still too primitive. But if we can model the effects on skeleton, think about it. I shoot him there, his shin actually snaps with the power of the bullet, and then he falls forward, and that's what the player will see, something completely believable.
I love that brain of yours.
My head, she's full of ideas, yes?
Guys, check out the news.
No.
He just wants to help you with the summer plan. Everybody with a farm our size will learn to get out of school right now, so he won't even miss anything important.
I said no.
Why?
Because I said so.
Because you said so. Why, thank you, Daniel. That just makes a girl feel real special. Like she's being listened to. Heck, I feel like a princess now.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. But I keep saying this to you, Roseanne. I need you to understand. I'm done being the only one in my whole damn extended family still holding out. In a couple of years, when Johnny goes to college, we're selling this place. And we don't need to pass on any family rituals or whatever the hell it is you think he's going to get out of all
I
this.
know all that.
Then why do you want me to take him out of school?
Because he needs to spend time with his father. When's the last time you really just talked to him, huh?
What is this? Some kind of after-school special? Is that what this is?
Daniel.
When was the last time I talked to him? The boy's in high school. He doesn't want to talk to me any more than I want to talk to him.
That's not true. Johnny tries so hard to please you. And he's just having a real hard time lately.
Hard time? Did he put you up to this? Oh my God, that boy is the captain of the football team. He teaches Sunday school. He's the most popular kid. If that boy wants to hear about a hard time, he ought to know about when I went to that school.
He is scheduled within an inch of his life. He just needs to get away from school for a little while now. And you could use the help around here.
There's no future for him here.
Okay. Keep on pushing him. Keep telling him he's only as good as his last report.
I do not push it.
Uh-huh.
You gonna get that?
You gonna join me with the few for a little while?
No.
Sorry. Hello. Thank you for coming to scenic San Jose. Today we'll be presenting a tech demo and proposal of a publishing partnership with Megaton 2. I'm Tom Demoda, Chief Operating Officer, employee number 1 of JetPack Games. With me is Kerry Davis, the man, the myth, the legend, our founder, CEO, and lead programmer. Kerry invented one of the first 3D games, Kilotron, nearly a decade ago as a college project. As you know, he went on to sell millions of units. But what you don't know is, and I don't like to brag, Kerry would still be programming games in his mother's basement if I hadn't expected myself. Recognizing his marginal talent as somewhat profitable, I convinced him to go out, jack off a few.
Stop fucking around. I need to get back to work.
Also joining us are Wilson Fong, our lead artist. I can kill a man with the power of my mind. And Tamar Resnick, our producer.
Hi, I'm Tamar, and I collect pipe cleaners.
Actually, should we wait for her?
Susie Lee. Our last game, Megaton, was an international success. Many of our features, such as persistent deformation and decalling environments, with blood splatters and bullet holes, though all standard today, were JetPack innovations at the time. Most popular of all, though, was our multiplayer game. There are hundreds of thousands of gamers still playing Megaton on Megaton 2, we intend to push the envelope even further. What the fuck did I say? Oh, push the envelope.
My name is Tommaso Tomata. I speak in the cliches, yes? Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
I use cliches as sort of conversational MSGs to flavor it.
Conversational MSG. That's a peculiar turn of phrase. Do I sense a joke about Chinese people and MSG coming?
Oh, you eat so much of it, you start coming MSG?
Weak sauce, bitch! That's the best you got? You think any Chinese people come MSG? You do?
Maybe that's why Tommy is addicted to sucking your mama's dick. And the funny thing is, half an hour later, he wants some more.
Okay, no, T, you gotta hear this. Kerry just,
Those kids
okay.
in Illinois.
No, listen, I told
The
Wilson
school
that I
shooting
use
in
cliches.
Illinois. The shooters. They posted a note on our message board.
What did it say?
They thanked you, us, for making the game. What do we do? Carrie?
Pull it down right now.
Why don't they go in? Sarah, do something! Rose?
I looked again. I couldn't find him out. But a bunch of kids are still in there. And I heard someone say they saw 2 boys with guns. And one of them's Billy Cahill.
What?
It's Billy Cahill.
Let me go!
Hey everybody, this is Billy Cahill, aka Grimtide. I'm dropping you one last note to say thanks to everyone in the Darkness Clan for years of awesome teamwork. Me and Destroy got to begin a much bigger mission in the name of the clan. We just wanted to say thank you to Kerry Davis and everybody else at JetPack Games. We've been practicing our mission on the mod map, and we couldn't have done this without you. And in general, never tell the rules. You guys rock. Later, Grim.
Go after the Perrys and Cahills for what they let their boys do. Probably told them to do. Daniel, do you? There's a bunch of stuff the funeral home sent over. I didn't want to bother you. I'm gonna handle everything for Johnny, okay? But his mom's calling from Louisville every hour or so to talk to you about the service, and I don't know. I don't know what to tell her, baby. She wants an open casket so she can see it. I told her we can't. She started screaming at me last time to get you on the phone. I know she's got no right.
She's got a right. I told her that it wasn't safe for him in that city. That he would be safer here. They all used to play Little League together. Johnny used to help him out at practice. None of this makes any sense.
Do you want to pray with me?
I don't have a lot to say to the Lord right now, Rose.
Daniel, don't say that.
I'm going back to work.
What?
I'll be in for dinner.
Rachel?
Hi, honey.
Hey, yeah, what you up to?
I'm taking my lunch break in the park.
Is it nice outside?
Beautiful. Totally overgrown like a jungle.
I wish I could be there. It feels like I've been in this office for 3 days straight. Oh wait, I have been.
How's the milestone coming?
I have dynamic lighting working on the projectiles now.
Blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, so when a rocket flies down the hallway, its firefield lights up the hallway as it passes by.
Cool, is that hard?
Like peeing out a kidney stone through my eyes.
Kerry?
Kerry? What are you doing here? It's 1:30 in the morning.
It is?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Tommy and I were on with our lawyers all day. They think the parents are going to officially sue us in the next 2 months, rather than just, kind of sue us. Or practically continue to scrap the megaton for discovery. So I'm helping them discover something. This is bullshit.
Why don't you get one of the interns to do it?
I'm not asking some kid who pays $7 an hour to go through old files until 2 a.m. That's because of my secret identity. I'm murder girl, murder girl, murder girl, murder girl. What? No laugh? No nothing? Christ, you're depressing.
How many families are planning to sue?
2 so far. Their lawyer, Mark Kavanaugh, is aggressively recruiting other parents to hop on board the lawsuit express. Can you believe that shit? Hey, sorry your kid is dead. Sign here. Papa's gonna make it all better.
Is this how you thought you would be spending your summer?
Are you kidding me? I thought I was gonna be burdened with the social life. Yuck! Okay, conversational tennis. I returned your serve. Your turn. What are you doing here?
Working?
Yeah, right.
What is that supposed to mean?
You haven't exactly.
Yes, I have. Tommy keeps saying what a great job I'm doing.
Tommy's being sarcastic, his least appealing character trait. And given that Tommy in general doesn't really see any sandbags to my kids, I guess that's really saying something, huh?
I got the revised scholarship system in yesterday. Look.
It was unusable, Kerry.
That's bullshit. It was fine.
Hey, take it easy. No one's expecting Kerry Davis superstar right now. All you've been through, get some rest. We don't need you in the office after midnight. Tommy and I have everything under control.
Hey, hold on. What's this stuff?
I told you, it's for the lawyers.
No, these sketches.
What, you got hit on the head? Forgot how to make a game? That's concept art for Megaton. About 18 months to develop it. A few months after Rachel died.
Right.
What is it? Hey, Rayman, what is it?
Hey, do me a favor and don't send this up to the lawyers, okay? Just send them the rest.
Oh, but they need it for the...
Just send them the rest, okay? Just keep this stack here.
Oh, but we can copy it.
Why does everyone in this channel thinks they get to question everything I say? Just don't send it.
All right, all right.
Tomorrow. Don't tell anyone we had this conversation. Not even Tommy.
Whatever you say, boss.
These games, they fundamentally alter the brain chemistry of children who play them. We have scientific evidence proving this beyond a doubt. We have brain scans, boys like Cahill and Perry, taken after hours of playing games like Megaton. It shows brains more likely to produce violent impulses and less capable of repressing them. It was only a matter of time before they decided to live the game.
I understand, I do. And I told my husband.
What's he doing here?
He just dropped by, and I invited him to wait for you.
Why?
Because you need to hear what he has to say.
Sir, I know this is an awful time, and I know you've been inundated with reporters trying to talk to you about Jonathan.
Johnny!
Pardon?
His name is Johnny. No one calls him Jonathan.
My apologies. I think we got off on the wrong note at our last meeting. Mark Kavanaugh is a nationally respected trial lawyer, and this is a very serious matter. The only reason he's not here to speak to you himself is because he's on trial.
Nope. I understood all this the first time. I ain't signing.
Well, what about me?
Excuse me?
I can sign.
I'm afraid only relatives of the descendant can sign.
But me and him are married.
Yes, but you aren't Johnny's mother. If she'd be interested, I'd be happy to speak with her.
All right, well, I'll just go in.
Well,
Wait, I didn't mean to.
well, you did.
I'm sorry, I'll go. Sir, before I go, can I just say how sorry I am?
I swear to God. Are you serious right now? You come to my house. You insult my wife. You talk to me. Talk to everybody like we're idiots.
How could you say that?
How could I say that? Are you serious? Do you think we're all so backward dumb?
I presented you with scientific evidence.
Do you think we're just gonna listen to you? Because you show us brain scans? Huh? Because you say scientific evidence a lot. You think I don't know?
Our house is on fire! These companies, they have the same brain scans we do. They know what they're turning these children into, and they're profiting from it. Mark Kavanaugh and I are trying to save children's life. We're trying to fight for you, for your son, his memory.
Whether you know it or not, all you are is a salesman, Mr. Ruiz. A salesman.
not-
No! You listen to me. Right now, what everybody is looking for is answers. And you come to town at just the right time, selling it. But this is something you couldn't possibly know a damn thing about. I've known those boys since they were little. Know them a hell of a lot better than you. Are you gonna look me in my eye and tell me why they did this?
Yes. If you knew these boys so well, if you can't imagine why they did something like this, then doesn't the reason argue to be something hard to imagine? You of all people.
I of all people, what?
Well, can't ignore the racial factor.
The racial factor! I like that. Tell you what, Mr. Ruiz, we don't have a lot of Hispanic people around here. Why don't you set up shop for a few years before you start telling me what I can and can't ignore?
My point is, if you knew Cahill and Perry to be good kids from good homes, doesn't their final letter gives you pause. The only thing they felt I needed to communicate their allegiance to was the video game company and their clan. Good kids from good homes do not just turn evil. I promise you, we know why they did this.
Can I ask you something about your research?
Absolutely.
You see, about 5 years ago, down in Louisville, my ex-wife and her sister Shauna lived there. Well, about 5 years ago down in Louisville, Shauna's eldest son, Nathan, started running with the wrong crowd, you know?
I think so.
Well, then let me be real clear about that. Nathan started selling drugs. Then he got himself hooked too. Understand now?
Okay, yes.
Now, as far back as anyone can remember, Nathan either used too much or didn't share the money with his friends. See, nobody really knows because nobody tells the story the same. But one night, Nathan was hanging out with his friend Dougie, and Dougie took out a knife and slit open Nathan's throat. Nathan's friends just watched him bleed to death.
My God.
Now, here's the funny thing, Mr. Ruiz. Nathan was 15 years old. 15 years old! And Dougie was too. And I remember thinking at the time it was all so hard to believe. But when I hear you talk, I start thinking. Two boys go from good kids to selling drugs, and not a single reporter shows up on anyone's lawn. One kid cuts open the throat of another for a reason no one can properly remember. And lawyers like you are nowhere to be found, let alone figure out who ought to be held accountable.
I think this is a bit different.
I think you're right, Mr. Ruiz. Because when two black boys end up with a problem that ends up with 2, or 4, or 14 black boys dead, well that's just natural, ain't it? But when 2 white boys from good homes go on a goddamn killing spree, then we have to investigate what turns innocent children evil. And since you seem so interested in the racial factor of all this, let me ask you a question. Have you, or your firm for that matter, done any, and I mean any research into boys like Nathan and Dougie?
I understand what you're saying. I certainly respect it.
Have you?
It's completely different, Mr. Jameson. It's completely different.
You're right. There's no opportunity in it. You people are shoving my son to the side to talk about games. Games? Couldn't you have given my son a week? Just a week for the world to see his face. Couldn't you have given that to me? Just a week.
Our case isn't meant to take away from your loss. It's not to say this is the only type of crimes that matter. But we think it's good to hold accountable some of the people responsible for some of the evil in this world than to let everyone off. It has to be.
Thanks for coming by, Mr. Ruiz. Give me that.
There are 2 stories here, by my analysis. 1, that your game so desensitizes children to violence that they find it easy to kill one another. You're getting kicked around pretty good on that one, but it is a manageable crisis. Story 2, your game turned 2 cherubic, white teenagers into Klan members who killed 14 kids, including the only African-American student enrolled in their school. That one is a touch trickier to survive.
They were in a clan with us, see? It's like a club for people who play games together, and everyone knows that.
Well, clearly everyone does days if you bother talking with the press.
I heard lawyers said not to comment on any of this.
Oh, really? How's business?
Great.
Tom, shut up. Okay, you're right. You don't have a publishing deal right now, but we can pay you.
Are you sure? I charge about $20,000 a week plus expenses.
Did you say a week? It sounded like she said a week.
Tom.
Kerry, you weren't seriously considering this.
Look, I asked around. She's like the god queen of media crisis management, okay? And
That's horseshit.
we have got you covered.
Let's get started. Now, there are a few choices in a situation like this. You can ignore it as you've been doing.
Obviously not. That was a serious mistake.
Not so obvious. It was a legitimate option. Denying oxygen to the media claims. Most reporters can feel they can cover anything, no matter how outrageous or false. So, as long as they have someone from the other side to counter it. So, as I was saying, I could go on a crusade to say, what's a good example?
The president is a big fucker.
I was not going for that political, but sure. The president has relations with pigs.
Pig. Fucker. I said
Now, it is clearly untrue and slanderous and all kinds of other things, but you are entitled to your own opinion, and it is fair enough for them to cover you saying this as long as they have a spokesperson from the president saying that he has not now, nor has he ever fucked a pig.
I got her to say fuck the pig.
Your mother must be very proud of you.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you continue to ignore the story, most outlets feel they can't cover it even handedly and it will all go away. But that seems unlikely.
Why?
The clan angle. The media love a good story about old-fashioned racism. Lets everyone else off the hook.
Well, if it's unlikely to work, then why'd you even bother
I
bringing
want you to know all your options. For instance, you could try to divert the blame to another group.
That's what I've been saying all week. Two kids get their hands on all these guns.
Awesome, T. I'm sure that the people who believe that computers have magical powers will be deeply moved by your liberal gun control tirade. You might as well tell them country music did it.
What else?
You can fight it aggressively. Yeah. This is an absurd allegation. They said the Beatles caused the Manson murders, Jerry Lee Lewis caused more.
Hey, can we get some more examples? Like circa 1980, 1999?
We are artists. This is free speech. Art and free speech don't make people do things, etc., etc. And this is the approach I would advise, by the way. It is absurd, especially constitutionally, as I'm sure your lawyers have already pointed out to you. Fight it publicly. Wrap yourself in the flag.
Yeah, not only is it free speech, but the fuckers suing us are a bunch of greedy bastards trying to make a quick buck.
No, we do not ever block with parents. They have very inconvenient dead children.
But your lawyers are greedy bastards.
Whose clients have dead children. It is a miracle only 3 out of the 14 families are suing you so far, and thank God it's only the white families. We do not ever go on the attack. Ever. Understood?
Hey, you're not talking to a bunch of idiots lately. I've had plenty of dealings with the press.
Mr. Demoda, I'm sure you've done lots of PR work for your company, and that's great. But if you're going to win this, no. If your company is going to win this, you will have to be disciplined. You will go on the attack in a way. You'll form a message. And when we do, you have one job. Do you know what that is?
I'm gonna guess it involves the message.
Repeating the message. This is not a national conversation. This is not debate club. Thinking out loud, being reasonable. It is impossible and dangerous.
Gotcha.
Why not apologize?
Sorry?
Say that we regret that these vicious murderers or whatever you call them ever saw our game. I mean, we wish we had nothing connecting us to these whatever psycho children, you know, and if the families feel we are in part to blame, okay, right now we're willing to say that they just lost their kids, and if they need us to apologize, we'll apologize.
I doubt that would work.
Well, what about Tylenol with the whole cyanide thing? They apologize and everyone still buys Tylenol.
Yeah, but our product had nothing to do with this, Kerry.
Maybe not. Maybe it did. We cannot know that.
Can you guys give us the room for a sec?
What? Let's just get this
No.
done.
Seriously.
Sure. Let me show you around the office. Kind of just you in here? This way.
Look, I know you're pissed that I brought it in. I felt like we needed help and I called you, period.
I want to punch your fucking teeth in.
What?
Where the fuck do you get off? Maybe we should apologize? Do you think that would help anything for 1 second? They want our money, Kerry. All of it. They want to bankrupt us. They want to burn us alive in the public square. They think we killed their children.
I know. They're deluded and the people who are pumping them up are greedy.
But,
Nothing.
really, it wouldn't have anything to do with this, would it?
How do you even know about that? Put it away.
I'm the spider. Bitch, there isn't a damn thing in this office I don't know about. You thought tomorrow's gonna forget about you acting all squirrely? She got freaked out. And who do people come running into around you when they're freaked out?
Wilson?
Okay, true. But after Wilson.
Me!
Okay, true. But obviously she couldn't talk to you about it. So she came to me. And here I am, rummaging through your desk, expecting to find some memo you'd be desperate to hide, saying like, "Dear staff, I need to meet the darkies," or something. Some smoking gun. Pardon the, you know. What do I find? The shadow demon from Naked Sun. You know there's over 1 million copies of Megaton out there, right?
Yes.
And they all contain this one image, yeah?
Yeah.
Care to explain?
No.
Okay. Then I'm just going to send it to the lawyers.
Fine.
And then they're going to send it to that fucker Mark Kavanaugh when he sends in his discovery request.
Fine.
It's not fine. What the fuck is it about this picture?
Hey, guys.
Just the man I wanted to see. Wilson, what
Tommy,
is this?
don't.
Shadow demon.
No, I know that. What's its significance?
He doesn't know.
Like, significance in a cosmic sense? I don't know, man. It's a pretty good drawing. Reminds me of art school. I did it over and over again. It makes me scared.
Wait. Stop that. Back up. Over and over.
Yeah, it's like the 40th pass. So we did a lot of iterations with shadow demons. I remember them. Right here.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you want us to talk about, Wilson?
Okay. So I just got an email from my mom.
Wilson, I'm not done here. Why were there 40 iterations?
Wilson, tell us about your mom.
She's pretty upset, man.
Wilson, why were there 40 iterations?
I don't know, man. Okay, Kerry just kept asking me to change the face. Why are you even asking? Yeah.
This was around August, right?
Yeah.
After Kerry came back.
Okay, dudes. Hey, I really need to talk to you. Okay?
It's him, isn't it?
I don't want to talk about it, Tommy. Just put it away.
Hey guys, she's got a motor. Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay, so, all my mom's friends have been asking her about Illinois, and they know that I work
Should
here.
I get her?
And they know that I work here, and they know
So
that
that's what's wrong with you.
They know that I work here. They know I do. Anybody listening to me?
Tommy, stop it. I'm listening to you, Wilson.
Are you guys gonna say goodbye or not? What are you even talking about?
My mom.
This.
I told you not to tell him. I told you.
Tommy, stop it. Wilson, tell us about your mom.
Wait, your mom has something to do with this?
It's a picture of Walter Dees.
You couldn't leave it alone, could you?
Oh my god.
Who is Walter? Wait a second. The guy. You made me draw that fucking guy.
Kerry thinks that because Dees was black and that those kids were racist, he somehow made them racists? Trained them to kill black people, am I right? Fuck you. I am sorry.
You have no way of knowing.
Wait. Do you think the art had something to do with it?
Before they caught these, I just thought of the bad guys in the game as the faceless guys who did it. But after they had him, every last one was these. I spent nights, weekends, programming more spectacular ways to let players blow him up, rip him apart. It was all I had, Wilson.
So what if you did?
So what if I did?
Yeah.
What if people find out I made a game out of repeated decapitation, maiming, and shooting off a black man? Gee, I don't know tomorrow. What do you think?
So you made me a partner.
I didn't mean to, Wilson. I'm sorry.
No, hey. You know what, buddy?
What?
Those asshats suing us are so simple-minded that with a giant, complicated, terrifying world crashing down on them, they cling to the dumbest explanation imaginable. Video games did it. And now you're doing it too, only you're arrogant about it.
Maybe we should call it a day.
No. Let me walk you through a few of the problems that apparently exist in the world because the great Kerry Davis got up this morning. White kids kill black kids. Why? Because they hate black people. And why do they hate black people? Because black people hate
Tommy.
them. And maybe they don't. Or maybe they do. But the white people think they do. And why would they think that? Because they knew if they were black, they would hate white people. Because they've been fucking black people over for hundreds of years. But why have they been fucking black people over for hundreds of years? Because that's how we built America, right? And into this history that no one can make any sense of, and no one wants to admit to. Kerry wants to come in and say he had something to do with it. You actually imagine for 1 second that something so insignificant as your bullshit computer game makes people kill each other? I can forgive those who are too fucking scared or too fucking blinded by their whatever upbringing to be willing to, grapple with this shit. Hey, that's my family. For them, it's impossible to say hey, this is a problem like the heart of our country. It's so much easier to point the finger at us. I get it. But for you to say that Wilson's characters made out of triangles to form a three-dimensional image. For you to have sources that fucking stricken you to imagine you can create monsters, turn children into racist monsters based off of images of a fucking computer screen. That's not just stupid. It's reprehensible. Because you're too goddamn smart to let yourself think that way.
He looks exactly like the kid they killed. The black kid Jameson. That's why I took the picture. No, I'm not some fucking narcissist, Tommy. That's your territory. You egomaniacal prick. You wanna pull it out of me? Fuck, fine. That kid and these look alive. Check this out if you don't believe me. This could be the picture of the kid.
Wait, you don't seriously think?
I don't know. I don't know if it did or didn't, but all I know is I cannot work, I cannot sleep knowing that had something to do with this fucking kid's death. I keep seeing his face everywhere I go.
That's pretty far-fetched, dude. That's like crazy mind control.
I just want all of this to go away, okay? And maybe if I apologize to
You
those
don't
now-
get to apologize.
Why not? I get to do whatever the fuck I want.
No, you don't. Because men don't get to do whatever they want. That's children. Children on vacation. You have a company with 50 mouths to feed, and they depend on you to make sure they have a paycheck next month.
You know what? You can have one less mouth.
Come on, sit down.
No. All my mom's friends think that her son has something to do with those kids' deaths. And they've been asking her,
and she keeps asking me. And like a fucking idiot, I've been like, no, Mom, it's not true. And now I find out my boss thinks they might be right. Do you think the art has something to do with it?
I don't know, man. That's the thing.
I came to you. I came to all of you to ask if this was gonna be okay, you know? If this was just gonna blow over and I can tell my mom to stop worrying about me. Now I see. That's not gonna happen. I want nothing to do with this.
Hey, you know what? We gave you a chance when the other guys would have you pushing pixels for another 5 years. We believed in you your whole fucking life. And this is how you say thanks. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck off!
Wilson,
What, need a hug? Our heartfelt sympathies are with the families at this terrible time. But we can't allow a tragedy of this sort to undermine our American belief in liberty and freedom of expression. Like movies, we have a rating system to tell their parents whether video games are inappropriate for their children. And our game was clearly marked as a title. Uh-huh. Okay. Thanks for having me on, Brett.
Rachel?
Hi, honey.
Hey, yo, what you up to?
I'm taking my lunch break in the park.
Is it nice outside?
Beautiful. Totally overgrown like a jungle.
I wish I could be there. It feels like I've been in this office for 3 days straight. Oh, wait, I have been.
How's the milestone coming?
I have dynamic lighting between projectiles now.
Blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, so when a rocket flies down the hallway, its fireball lights up the hallway as it passes by.
Cool, is that hard?
Like peeing out a kidney stone through my eyes.
Well, that's a rich metaphor.
It was a simile.
Dick. Okay, I found my spot. There's this bench completely surrounded by trees that I love out here. It's off the path, secluded, totally romantic. I wish you could be here.
Me too.
Hey, did you ever to mail the mortgage payment? Hi, honey.
Hey, yo, what you up to?
I'm taking my lunch break in the park.
Go back to the office, Rachel.
Why?
Trust me, just do it.
No, I'm hungry.
Just do it, Rachel.
Carrie, you need to get some sleep. You're being a jerk. I'll call you after lunch.
Rachel! Hello? Rachel!
Well, that's a rich metaphor.
It was a simile.
What are you gonna try this time?
Dick? Okay, I found my spot. There's this bench completely surrounded by trees that I love out here. It's off the path, secluded, totally romantic. I wish you could be here.
That's not safe, sweetie. Go back where people can see you.
This won't work either, Carrie.
It's fine, I've been here a dozen times.
Go back to the path, Rachel. Go back to the office.
You're just sleep deprived.
Go back to the office, Rachel.
It's fine. Hold on. Hello? Can I help you?
Me, Billy Cahill. I sent you a bunch of emails that I did to Megaton too, but you never wrote back. Oh, don't bother now. I will get the email.
If I hung up, if I called the cops, wouldn't have mattered, you know?
There was this kid, Johnny Jameson. We played Little League together when we were kids. Anyway, Johnny was running away from me, which I thought was really funny because he was always a lot bigger than me. And I shot him in the leg. And I tell you what, the graphics in your game are great, but they just aren't right. His leg like exactly the blow to me. That's not the right word. It was just crazy, man. And it wasn't just blood. And there was this yellow stuff too, which I don't know what that is. It's a bone. Anyway, Johnny was pulling himself on the floor, which is exactly what I expected from movies and stuff, right? So, I walked over to him, kick him on his back, pointed the shotgun in his face. I was like an action hero, man, and Johnny was crying, which was totally what I expected. But he shit and pissed himself too, which was gross. And Johnny was trying to say something, and I couldn't hear him. Oh, hey, that's another thing your game gets wrong. Like in Megaton, when you beat the boss at the end of the 4th mission, and he's lying on his back and says, "I'll come back here from hell," and you can totally hear him clearly. But people mumble, man. Johnny made it and saying, "I'll come back here from hell," and I couldn't hear him. So, I pointed the shotgun in his face, like nearly point blank range. Wow, your shit is totally off the mark. It's not even recognizable. What happens when you do that? Like, hamburger? Maybe, I don't know, but that might be in the ballpark. It just didn't look like a human head anymore. Anyway, I just want to let you know that next time you should contact someone like me, because your shit's pretty off the mark. Sorry to break that to you.
Why would you write me that note? Haven't I been through enough already? Why would you write me that note?
I gotta go. I'll come back here now.
I already heard it. I ain't interested.
Your phone is about to start ringing off the hook, and I'd like to explain to you why. Mark Kavanaugh is holding a press conference right now, and I don't want you finding out of this from some reporter calling about a comment. 4 years ago, the man who created the game Megaton, Kerry Davis, well, his wife was killed.
And what? You want me to start making trouble for him too?
I respect that to you. My arguments the other day seemed a little trivial. But this.
What are you talking about? Get to the point.
This is killer Walter Dees. Now I'm going to show you some images clearly based on Dees' likeness from the game Megaton. And as you look at these, I ask you to remember that Cahill and Perry spent nearly every waking minute simulating the murder of the man you see here. The weekend before the shooting alone, the computers clocked nearly 34 hours. That's 17 hours a day. Shooting, beating, killing, in the most violent ways creators of Megaton could imagine. But to them, this wasn't Walter Dees.
Sorry for being late, guys. Look, before we go into the whole message and repeating the message thing, I've got to say, I don't want to do this. No, hold on. I know, it's hard to explain, okay? I know this isn't good for the company or for me, but we've got to figure out a way how we, like, gracefully apologize and settle down, but I'm not putting those families through that.
Buddy, sit down, please.
What? Who else published this?
Cable News, Web news, even the game enthusiast sites.
You call them and you tell them to take Rachel's photo down right now.
It's public domain. They won't.
I told you not to.
We don't even discover yet. They must have
I
figured.
think it's Wilson.
What?
Think about it. You tell him that Dee's and this kid look alike. He leaves, and next thing you know, he sold the story.
Are you high? Wilson's family, no way he did this.
What? Do you know something?
You're being paranoid. I get being angry. You want to protect Kerry, I do too, but
Can we go on an attack?
I really don't advise that.
I don't care. I won't let these people drag Rachel into this.
Kerry, you expected them to drag Rachel into this.
No, I was afraid they might, and now they have. I want to hurt them. Do you understand me?
You can't hurt people like Mark Kavanaugh. The more you go after him, the stronger you make his case.
I don't care. I've been sitting here, feeling sorry, worrying about those parents, feeling guilty. And they go out and start using Rachel's photo to say I'm a racist? I will not have Rachel used against me. Is that clear?
I don't think there's anything we can do about it.
No. There's always something you can do. The question is just how dirty do you want to get?
You know what, dude? I'm done feeling sorry for anyone, including myself. Do whatever it takes, Tommy. Chasing me around and shouting at me.
We burned through 900 grand this year, Kerry. My budgets had us signing with the publisher last week at the latest. It's either go and make a deal or lay off most of the team.
No, it's cool. He doesn't want to get his feelings hurt. Hey, I know. Why don't we just close up shop? You know, sit around the office, wear sweatpants, eating ice cream, and having a good cry. Oh, hey, do you borrow a tampon?
You guys go without me. You don't need me to come.
The publishers don't want to see us, dude. You're the gunslinger. Nothing happens without you in the meat.
It's just, I cannot go to Chicago. The press will say I'm rubbing their noses in it, and they'll shout questions about Rachel at me. And Kavanaugh, that fucking vampire, he would be probably outside my hotel room with all 14 families holding some sort of candlelight vigil or something.
It's funny you should say that.
Why? What is it?
No, I mean, it's funny you should say that.
What aren't you telling me?
It's not one damn thing you aren't telling me.
That's right. It's more like two damn things.
Tamar?
Tell him the whole STORY.
I can spell!
Oh, okay, look. I don't want to hear a lot of pissing and moaning about this. One of the things is good, and one is bad. And together, they balance each other out, so the whole thing is like cosmically neutral. Get me?
No, but go ahead.
Okay. Some organization called Concerned Mothers Concerned About Being Concerned is hosting a protest rally from the convention. And the governor of Illinois is going to be there. I'm pretty sure your name's going to come up once, 567 times.
Great. It's not enough that every family in Bumfuck, Illinois is suing me. Now I have the governor? Well, why is this happening to me?
See, this is why you gotta go. Just say fuck you to these idiots and show them that Kerry Davis won't be
Screw
made.
that! You're not helping anything.
Wait, what? Are you on the governor's side? Why? Because he's a Democrat?
No, fuck him. I'm just
We
saying.
all know what this is about. He needs to seal up the black vote in Chicago, and we're owned and operated by the goddamn wizard. He's gonna say that Kerry's a
Who
racist.
fucking cares? That's right. I said it. Yeah, I wish they were going after the gun nuts instead of us, but we can't get dragged into this fucking game of... We can't lose our souls in this, Kerry. You have to go. But none of the fuck you or any of this whatever. You built this company with your bare hands.
do you think Rachel...
Okay, let's call me estrogen for one.
No,
full second.
I'm sorry, but he needs to hear this, okay? Do you think Rachel would want you to just sit here, fucking marinating in outrage, letting JetPack go down the tubes? What purpose does that serve? All I'm saying is you have 50 people here who, I don't know, who have your back, okay? We don't care what the governor of Illinois or anybody else thinks. We believe in you. And we need you to make sure that this company we've all put our lives into survives, okay?
Okay, you're right. I'll go.
Wait, what? I already said all that shit. The men don't get to, do whatever they want. That's my best material. But when she says the same thing, only the pussy Oprah version, you listen.
Well, gee, Tommy, that's because you're about as appealing as taking a sandblaster to my fits.
Yeah, you know what's fuck you.
What's wrong, Tommy? Need to borrow a tampon?
That was the bad news, right? Well, please tell me that was the bad news.
Hey, you know what, Karen? You wanna know why you didn't go to Chicago?
I
Let me tell you a
already said
story.
I would go. Just let it go. I need to get back to work.
Who the fuck are you kidding? You haven't written a line of code in months. Sit your ass down and listen.
Fuck, fine.
So first they came for the pornographers, but I didn't say anything because I was a pornographer.
Are you kidding me?
And then they came for the violent movies, but I didn't say anything because I didn't direct violent movies. Then they came for the rap music, but I didn't say anything because I was a dago from New Jersey. You know what I said when they came for me?
Let me guess. There was no one left to say anything?
No. I said, where are the Jews? You forgot the Jews.
I don't get your point.
No. But you will. And so are from the governor. Just wait.
Wow, that sounds sinister. What did you do, Tommy? Is your cousin Vito gonna whack a guy?
How's that okay?
You know what? No. With Tommy's disaster hanging over my head, I've got to ask, what is the good news?
You know the Interactive Entertainment Awards?
Yeah? No. I'm not getting an award right now.
You're being inducted into the Hall of Fame, baby. The Academy wants to show that they're unified on all of this.
If the Academy is so fucking unified, how come we cannot get one publishing deal?
That's a good question. You should ask that in your speech.
Speech? No. Absolutely not. Wow, what an honor. I mean, I only wish I didn't have to come to Chicago for this. I mean, crazy timing, huh? I played my first video game when I was 5. It was the Atari 2600 version of Pac-Man. I can still hear that terrible sound effect of Pac-Man eating the dots that was supposed to sound like the arcade cabinet but sounded more like some sort of metal shearing. As you can tell, sound has never been my strong suit. By the time I was a teenager, I had pretty well resigned myself to never actually speaking to anyone else, ever. I'm sure many of you have been there, and from the looks of you, seems like some of you still might be there. I would sit in my computer. No, sorry about that. I would sit in my room playing games, tearing apart computers and rebuilding them. When I was in high school, I was not the prom king. I was a dork and a know-it-all, and I got beat up a lot. My life was pretty miserable, and I don't think I would have made it if it weren't for video games. Video games saved my life. They gave me a reason to hold on. They gave me something to love and believe in. And I think there are a lot of kids out there for whom today that's true. They're tearing apart the machines we built for them. They're falling in love with our terrible sound effect. And someday, I can only hope, one of them will be inducted into Hall of Fame. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all.
Thank you.
to tell these death merchants that what they're doing is wrong. There may be no hope for Kerry Davis, but he did not act alone. The very first entry in the Megaton credits reads, produced by Tamar Resnick. Now I'd like to talk to this Tamar. If she were here right now, I'd ask her, Tamar, is this really the best way you can think of to feed your family? By producing violent video games for other people's children to play? Do you let your children play your games? Who is going to protect them from this violence? We are. And Tamar, I hope you're with us.
Do you have any comment on reports that the shooters at Abraham Lincoln High had been serially bullied and sexually harassed by some of their victims?
I don't comment on rumors. Next question, please.
You should have told us.
But it's not true.
We asked you to disclose all pertinent details of the relationship of Cahill, Perry, and Jonathan.
But we didn't know. It's not even true.
Surely you have some disciplinary report, a parent-teacher conference, something, some indication of what was going on.
No. You gotta believe us. We didn't know. Are you dropping the case?
You set me up, Tommy. You told me to put all of that stuff about getting beat up as a kid with my speech. So Jesus, man, how could you do that to me?
Yeah, that's right. Get your yell on. Get up all in my grill because I just saved your ass.
Saved my ass? You made it seem like the speech was about them.
Turn it down a notch, huh?
It was about that. That's the best part. For a fucking genius, you sure are slow.
You're actually insane. You crazy fucker. It's like you got me to expose myself and now it's like I'm trying to get everyone to feel sorry for them. For them!
Seriously, guys.
Hey, ass. Everyone should feel sorry for them. They were just like you. Like all of us. They got the shit kicked out of them by jocks their whole lives and then they snapped. We just never snapped.
Guys.
I should kick your ass, Tommy.
I'd like to see you try, you scrawny little
Guys! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Every hotel in this town is booked. If you two 9-year-olds get kicked out here with your screaming, this has already been the most embarrassing night of my life. God damn it! I don't even have kids! Where the fuck did that come from? Do you let your children play your game, Tamar? My dad's been lighting up my cell phone all night. I went to Harvard. I have an MBA from Harvard. For the past 6 years, I've tried to control you idiots and keep you from turning the company into a pants-optional boys club. I've done everything I was supposed to do. Ever! How the fuck did I just end up getting called out by the governor of Illinois? Let me be very clear with you two idiots. If security comes, because you two have to pound your chest and wave your dicks at each other, I will kill the both of you with my bare hands before I lie asleep on the street tonight. Are we clear?
You're an asshole, Tommy.
I don't accept that appellation. If I'm an asshole, you, my friend, are an asshole times 20.
Don't you get how this works? I want to die, dude. It's like I'm talking about getting beat up as a kid just when it turns them into me, man.
That's exactly what it does. That's why it's genius. Don't say against the spider carrier. My web is deep.
How'd you even get them to buy a fake story like that?
What makes you think it's fake?
Can I talk now?
Are they dropping the case?
No.
Told him we gotta get our story out there. Respond to this. He agreed, but
What?
Mr. Kavanaugh was going on TV all this week to talk about the case. But he's gonna lie low for a while now. Strategy.
Okay, then.
They think we should fight it. The parents. That'll be the best way to stand up to them. He suggested you could go up to Chicago
What's in Chicago?
with the reporters.
Rose, I can't. If I don't get back to work soon, we can lose the farm, and at some
Don't try making this about the farm. This is about Johnny. Are you gonna let them talk about him like that?
I wish I never signed on in the first place. I didn't know what we were getting into. I didn't want to know.
You can't hide from this anymore.
Do you think I'm hiding? And what the hell are you doing? Looking at that damn lawyer like he's Archangel Michael or something.
No! You do not turn this around on me. This whole town needs you to speak for them. Our kids need you to stand up for them, Cahill. No one was there for them on that day.
Stop it.
No, no, no one was there. And I know if you could have been there, you would have jumped in the way. Some nights, I wish I was dead. I wish I was dead. And Johnny was here. Coming up that drive, smiling at us. And I know you do too. Even if you don't say it. It's not how it is though. But we got this chance to stand between him and people trying to hurt him. We've got this one chance. I'll drive. If it were true, everyone would have already had it.
Yeah, well, maybe they did. Maybe no one wanted to say that the kids who got killed were bullies because it's like disrespectful or some shit.
It's not like disrespectful, Tommy. It is actually disrespectful.
Only if it's not true.
Well, is it?
It's the ultimate get out of jail free card. What do you care?
We just opportunistically told the entire country it's okay to shoot black kids because they're violent bullies.
We didn't tell them that. Jesus, Tamar, the whole country already knew that. We just reaffirmed their prejudices. Come on, best trick in the arsenal. Okay, fine. You can live on with your fucking Jewish liberal guilt. Let's just say that for the sake of argument, I hired a guy who worked with before, very discreet. He sniffed around, found this story, and gave it to some young enterprising reporter who's sick of being the weather girl in Des Moines.
You made it up? Oh my God, you made it up! Tommy, what have you done?
What have I done? Listen to yourself. You sound like some cautionary fucking tale from the 60s. Soylent Green is people. It's people. Fuck. I tell you, tomorrow you will get 3 offers from Megaton 2. This is just what the publishers needed. An excuse. Something that lets them tell their shareholders that the Megaton franchise isn't the one that kills the children. What have I done? What have I done? I've rubbed our enemies' noses. Destroyed them before they could have destroyed us. That's what I've done. I've given you total fucking victory.
Wilson was right. I should have let him have the chance.
Okay, cut the dramatics. When you're old, and you're retired, and you're living in a nice house, I want you to remember that you got there because I was the one willing to do what had to be done.
People will find out. How could you possibly do this?
Stop! Stop! Both of you just stop. Tommy, did you make it up?
You guys just lacking faith.
The truth! Tommy.
And that's what kills security.
Fucking shit!
You wanna make out?
Am I interrupting something here?
No, this is just how we roll.
How nice of you. Kerry, we need you to get ready your cameras. First thing in the morning, the press needs to hear from you.
No one needs to hear from me.
You think that, but you'd be wrong. This is our chance to redirect the press to a tragic story of awkward kids who got bullied until they broke. The press will eat it up. All you need to do is beat the beast.
Tommy, I'm not fucking around. Is it the truth?
Yes! Yes!
Yes.
Okay, then let's end this.
We'll be right here. We're watching you through the monitors this whole time. Remember, answer the question you wish they asked, not the question they actually asked. Smile if it's in any way friendly. Be serious if it's not. Don't say or and make sure you say the word pull a lot. Like 3 to 4 times, got it?
Are you gonna spit on your hand and slick my hair, Mom?
No, that's me. Okay. Remember, don't fidget, and for fuck's sake, don't swear.
You got that in my head now, man.
Okay, seriously, dude. You're gonna do great.
Hello? Anyone there?
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Davis.
Thanks for having me.
Can you see the monitor okay? Great.
Yes.
When we start, just be yourself and speak into the camera conversationally.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. Williams?
Yes?
No one mentioned to me that someone else would be here too.
Ah, Mr. Jameson. Thanks for coming. Please, have a seat.
What?
Have you been through makeup? It sounds like you're mic'd.
Yeah, I guess so.
Remember what Mr. Ruiz said. They'll try to rattle you. Don't you let them get to you.
Mr. Jameson now.
I know who you are.
Okay, and we're on in 5, 4, 3. Thank you, Roger. Kerry Davis, did your game cause the shootings last month?
No, of course not. It is outrageous to assert something so horrific could be caused by something so trivial. It is, after all, just a game.
But, in the course of the controversy, you've been at the center. Several years ago, your wife Rachel Davis was raped and murdered. Tell us about how that influenced your game. Did it?
As has been discussed in multiple forums in recent weeks, one of the enemies in Megaton was created to look like the man who killed my wife, yes. There was meant to be something private, and if I had written a memoir and Cahill and Perry had read it, would you think it's reasonable to blame my book? Just like books, games can mean many things to many people.
But, aren't we left wondering if your game meant death to 14 children?
No, we know it did not. It is as absurd as the suggestion that comic books leads to crime, something much of America once believed.
Hey, I just want... There is nothing absurd about... There are these studies. There are studies that show that these games make kids more violent. We can show you brain scans of kids who play these games too much.
Kerry Davis, what do you say to that?
Those studies were not peer-reviewed. They do not have any meaningful way of measuring what more violent even means. The 6-year-olds in the studies were more likely to kick each other after a game that shows how to play Kung Fu. And do you think...
So, the games did make children more violent?
No, but showing that 6-year-olds pretend they know Kung Fu after playing a Kung Fu game hardly proves that my game somehow, as they allege, educated 2 teenagers...
Daniel Jameson, what do you have to say to that?
I don't know what to say. I didn't know any of that about the studies.
Are you changing your mind?
No. What I mean is, I don't know if any of what he said is true. Do you?
Are you saying he's lying?
No. I'm saying he just said a bunch of stuff that I've never heard of. So I don't know whether it's true or not. And neither do you. And even if it is, it's glossing over the most important fact here, which is that he made a racist game about...
Incendiary allegation. Mr. Davis, is your game racist?
No, this is a terrible coincidence. If Cahill and Perry had watched a movie where an African-American actor bearing some resemblance to his...
I see. Daniel Jameson, last night allegations emerged that your son Jonathan...
Johnny!
That your son had regularly beaten up both Cahill and Perry, culminating with an incident where he and others shoved one or both of them, reports vary, into a girl's locker room without any clothing. What do you have to say?
I don't know what to say to it. You people have barely even said my son's name this entire time. One time you put him all over the news, just to show how much he looks like that rapist that did the evil to this man's wife. And now it's just...
I'm sure we put his picture up in our many tributes to the fallen.
Well, I don't just mean you. I mean all of you. It makes me so angry that I only ever get to see my son anymore, when you're making him out to be something bad. He got killed.
No one is saying he deserved to be killed, Mr. Jameson.
Yes, you are. It's been about 18 hours, and yet you're all convinced it's true, that my son was a bully. Hell, it took me a couple of weeks to believe that his game had anything to do with it. And yet, overnight, you all are convinced that this here's a story about big black boys bidding upon two little white boys, and it's just so...
Are you saying the story isn't true?
I don't know! I don't know. I don't know how my son died, or why. I don't know what his last words were, or if I could have done anything to stop it. I don't know if his gang did it, or if the school could have just had better security, or if it was God's will, and it was just his time. I don't know. I don't know if it was all about him and everybody got caught up in it, or if it was about someone else and he jumped in the way. I don't know. But I keep asking and praying, and asking and praying, and asking and praying, and I don't know. But I do know this. You don't know either. Everyone who knows is dead.
Kerry Davis, what do you have to say to that? Mr. Davis?
Mr. Jameson, I just want to say that
That's your what?
Mr. Jameson, we all feel for the terrible tragedy that happened in the town. And it is now clear to us all what caused these events. And I want to do my part in making sure something like this never happens again. And that's why I'm personally donating $150,000 to Peace School Foundation, which looks to address the epidemic problem of bullying in our schools. PSF teaches kids alternative to bullying and how the problem should be addressed when it should arise.
Is that all you have to say for yourself?
I want to thank you both for joining us, Mr. Davis, Mr. Jameson. We wish you both luck in the trying times ahead. And now we go to Tina Yang with a special report on the epidemic of bullying in our schools. And we're out. Thank you both.
Listen, I... Listen, I just...
Hey! Oh yeah, keep it up with me before stall.
You made them do this,
and
you look over your great
we'll get
belly.
your pickup truck, get your 4 dogs. Hey, I fucked my cousin the other day. Did you know that?
You killed our son! You killed my son!
Yeah, run off. Run off, you crazy fucking bitch!
That was horrible.
Are you kidding me? He was angry and erratic, and you were calm and articulate. Oh, you slaughtered him! Oh, and when he got on that whole racial justice shit about big black boys and little white boys, dude, that was the sound of every white American changing the channel. He did it. He did it, you guys. Let's go get a hammer. Yeah, we are. Oh.
Rachel? Rachel? Rachel! Rachel! Billy? Rachel?
Hi, honey.
Hey, what you up to?
He's following her again. Their last chance to stop him. Keep her talking until I get a beat on him.
I'm taking my lunch break in the park.
Is it nice outside?
Beautiful. Totally overgrown like a jungle.
I wish I could be there. It feels like I've been in this office for 3 days straight. Oh wait, I have been.
How's the milestone coming?
I have dynamic lighting working on the projectiles now.
Blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, so when a rocket flies down a hallway, its fire drill lights up the hallway as it passes by.
Cool, is that hard?
Like peeing out a kidney stone through my eyes?
Well, that's a rich metaphor.
It was a simile. Hey, can you hold on for a sec?
Yeah, sure.
What's going on?
I see him. He's behind her. Get ready.
Hey, are you still there?
Yeah, sweetie. Just
At my spot, there's this bench completely surrounded by trees that I love out here. It's off the path, secluded, totally romantic. I wish you could be here.
Me too.
Hey, did you ever mail the mortgage payment?
Face down! What's going on with that? Face down! Wait! Please don't shoot! What are you waiting for? Shoot it!
Hi, honey. Hi, honey.
Rachel, come over, I can see you!
Hi, honey.
Rachel!
Hi,
Come on, I can see you, Rachel!
What's wrong with you? This consummate ranger wailing on your cell phone! And then the bullet real close to her head, and it's so hard, her skull's open!
Hi, honey.
You heard the life of her, and he did it! Shoot him!
No, wait. I didn't have anything to do with that. Please! I don't care about this. Where's Rachel? I've got to see Rachel.
Hi, honey.
Rachel!
Hi, honey.
Rachel! Rachel!
Hi, honey.
Rachel, come on, I can see you. Rachel!
Me, you, him, the guys. We think about all our friends online. We've planned this out for months. Cahill and Kerry, the boys from Abraham Lincoln High. We'll be famous. It's time to hear adventure everything they've done to us. Oh, Jesus, you're useless without me. Shoot.
I cannot do this, Tommy. Please don't make me do this.
I'm not making you do anything. This is your dream, dude. We just do whatever you tell us. And you told us to destroy this fucking guy. Now shoot him.
Wait. We met in the TV studio.
Stop! Stop touching me, brother! Stop! Please!
I never even met Rachel.
Don't you say that to me! Don't you fucking say that to me!
What are you going to do about it?
I didn't do it! My son didn't do it!
You all did it! You all are murderers! You all are rapists! You took Rachel from me now! I'm gonna do something about it.
No, it's me! It's me! It's me!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't be such a pussy.
You know what, Kerry? Someday I'm gonna get sick of doing your dirty work.
And then, where will you be?
No!
Hi, honey.
kids, they were good boys. They can't just keep...
Rose!
They can't just keep saying anything they want to without having to hear from...
It's done, Rose! It's done! It's done.
What are you talking about? You got them right where we want them. You show them that we're real people. They can't just say anything they want.
That's not how they're going to see it. That's not how I see it.
But you...
Go ahead. Call Mr. Ruiz if you want. He'll tell you if you don't want to hear it from me. I'll let him get to you, Rose. Just like they were hoping I would. I'm gonna go lie down.
That's it. That's how you bury our boy. It's done. You're gonna go lie down.
Let's not do this right now. I don't have any more fight left in me, okay? I'm tired. It's like words don't mean nothing anymore. How did those people end up making it look like I'm the bad guy? I just don't know how to... I'm tired.
Daniel. Danny. I'm trying so hard to get you to talk to me about this for weeks. Maybe I was wrong to get you to sign up for this people. Maybe I was wrong about everything. But I know I wasn't wrong to try something. You've got to let me in.
What do you want me to say?
I don't want you to say anything you don't want to say. I know you can't keep carrying this load alone, baby. Nobody's strong enough to do that.
I'm not trying to...
I can't do this anymore. I can't just watch you give up. I can't.
When we were outside of school,
What is it?
when we were outside of school and you told me it was Billy Cahill and somebody else,
Yeah?
I kept thinking to myself, did I lock up my guns? Did Johnny get into my guns?
You thought.
For all I know, Johnny was lying there, breathing his last breaths, hoping that his father would come save him like I used to. Like I always used to. For all I know, Johnny was lying there, breathing his last breaths, and I was outside betraying him with every stupid thought in my head. I got so out of touch with my boy. He became such a stranger to me that I thought he could do something like that.
Baby.
How did I let this happen? How did I let them do this to him? It's all I can do to keep from tearing myself apart every minute, every second. I just want to scream. How did I let them do this to my boy? My boy, my beautiful, beautiful.
Baby, shush. I love you. I love you so much.
What do we call this? That was a late sound. No, this day. What do we call this day?
Tuesday?
Needs a Grammy name. Like there was Victory in Europe, beat PJ Day. You need a name.
Case dismissed.
Ooh, I like it. Case dismissed, sir.
Hey, watch it, you're wasting it.
I'm sorry. You're right. How can we ever afford that waste of champagne? It's not like we have a giant publishing contract. Oh wait, we do! We fucking did it, you guys. We made it through this.
We did.
We did.
Hey, is everyone at the club already?
Yeah, nobody here but us. Want some champagne, Kerry?
Nah, I'm good. Hey, how about you just run ahead? I want to talk to Tommy for a sec.
Okay, sure, but before I do, give me that. Now, I know we didn't always agree, and I know sometimes we came close to blows, and I know I called you guys both, assholes and infants and stupid fuckers, and...
We get the point.
But I'm proud of us. We made it through. Sometimes it's the best you can do. Cheers, queers. I'm off like a prom dress.
Okay, I'm only tell you this once. So I want you to listen, and I want you to brace for it. Okay, ready? I told you so, motherfucker!
Tommy, we need to talk.
No. Okay, I know. The whole thing's a little excessive. But the team needs a break. No, the team deserves a break after all we've been through. Do you think for 1 second that if we didn't do the old rope-a-dope, the judge would have had the stones to cast this fucker out? But God bless America, man.
Tommy, I think you should find another job.
You're trying to fuck with me. It's cool. It's like a baby trying to box. Ready? Dun, dun, we.
Get off my desk!
Oh my God, my friend. Dude, just
Get off my desk!
What the fuck am I missing?
People still think we killed those kids, and I don't know if anything's any better. We just have more money, and that's about it.
So you're mad at me because you're crying yourself to sleep at night, Nancy?
I don't take joy in destroying people's lives, Tommy.
Neither do I.
What the fuck are you talking about? The speech you gave us in Chicago? I've given you a total fucking victory? How happy were you to see Daniel Jameson humiliated
If
on national
Daniel
TV?
Jamison's a victim, blame Mark Kavanaugh.
I have been where he is, man. When I saw him in that studio, I felt like he would understand me better than anyone else I've ever met in my life. And I responded by saying, I'm going to donate my money to help school deal with scary black kids like his dead son. How did I let you do that to me?
Hey, asshole. I didn't do anything that you didn't want done. And I see no reason why we should feel sorry at all.
And that's why we cannot work together anymore, Tommy. You are a bad person, and I hope I'm wrong, but...
You hope you're wrong? What kind of fucking shit is that to say to someone? You think I'm a bad person?
That's not what I meant. Tommy,
Get out of your fucking head and talk to me, Kerry! If I'm such a bad person, why did I help you build this company? Stick with you through all this shit while you got glory in the fucking awards, Why I've been carrying you through your whole life since Rachel died. Because it's such a plum fucking job working my ass off for you. Because you've shown me what? Such gratitude and affection? Now that you had to finally look behind the curtain and wake up, you had to see what it takes to make shit run around here, huh? And you think I did that all because I'm a bad person? No. Asshole, I did it for you. You're my best friend. I know you better than I know my wife. And I thought I was just doing what you wanted me to. I really... But buddy, tell me what line I crossed. Come on. Tell me what I did that was so unforgivable. Just tell me how to fix this.
No. You're right. I did this. I just told you. I was the one in the studio, right? You just got me there. And now, I need you to get away from it. It's over.
What do you do
everything I had to say to you, I said to my lawyer.
I know, Mr. James.
Okay then.
It's beautiful here.
What?
I have never been to this part of the state. Just Chicago. It's beautiful. The sky, the cornfields.
Okay. Those are soybeans.
Oh.
That doesn't even look like corn. There's no way in hell you thought that was corn.
I did.
You've eaten corn before, right? Do you see any ears of corn up there? Anyway.
Oh, okay, it's soybeans, so sue me.
I don't suppose you could tell me what it means because it's so small. What are you doing here, Mr. Davis? You won.
I needed to talk to you. Like, it's fucking over right now.
Why are you here?
I needed to talk to you. Like, this fucking...
Oh my God, I am
Nothing
not
can
going
happen
to
like
clear
you.
your conscience for you. Only God can do that. And it's God that's keeping me from knocking your lights out right this second.
Something you said stuck with me.
I'm not standing here to make small talk.
Please, just bear with me a moment. I came here because I wanted to tell you something and I think it's important. My friends, I never really talked to them about Rachel's death.
Is that your wife?
Yeah, see, none of them really understood how bad it was.
And you think I will?
No, well, maybe. But more importantly, I know something you don't, and I thought you might want to hear it.
And what's that?
I heard everything. I was just frozen there on the phone with you. I never really told anyone of them about it. Didn't think they would want to know. It has pushed aside all the good memories. The way she used to snort when she laughed, the way she used to sing in the car, the way her hair was in the morning. Everything I do is touched by it, including to my great regret, my games. You said in the studio that you didn't know anything about your son's death, whether he said anything or whether he did anything.
That's right.
And all these years, I've been wishing I knew nothing. But when I saw you in that studio, I realized it isn't any better. It's just as bad, only different. And Mr. Jameson, I want you to know that it isn't any better for me either. Knowing it's just different.
I keep thinking about all the ways I could have saved his life.
I know, I do the same thing.
I like how you put it. It's like a loop in the back of my head. I keep seeing Billy Cahill as a kid. He was a good kid. And then I think about caving his skull in his little league bat. I should have killed him when I had the chance. I'm gonna go.
No. Mr. Jameson, I came here because I don't know how to say this right. I came here because I wanted to apologize to you. Apologize for the fact that those kids ever played my game. The very moment I read their message on our message board, even though I didn't know your name, I wanted to apologize to you.
Then why didn't you?
Because I'm a coward. Everyone kept telling me not to because apologizing is so expensive these days. It's so much better, so much easier to just look you in the eye and call your son a bull.
And was it easier?
No.
Was it better?
No, God, no, it was not.
And so now you want to apologize, huh? Is that it? Go ahead.
No. My game didn't kill your son, Mr. Jameson. I didn't kill your son.
Then why are you still here?
I was hoping we can forget my lawyers and your lawyers and the press and everything and I was I don't want to go to my grave with Dad being the only thing I know about him. Mr. Jameson, if you have the time, can you sit here, two men on a porch and talk? Mr. Jameson, if you have the time, can you please tell me a little bit more about Johnny?